Alright folks, I got some new guests on the channel.
Yeah.
Come on. I promise that I won't waste no time. It took a while, I apologize. I was lost, though everything's alright. I got your back if you still got mine. Promise that I won't waste no time. It took a while, I apologize. I was lost, though everything's alright. I got your back if you still got mine.
We have one of the, I know you don't want to box yourself in San Antonio, but let me just say this, Clef. We have top 5 producer in the city. We got Clef guy right here.
For sure.
What up, y'all?
And then Monster Inc.'s very own Ominious the Monster.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to welcome y'all to the Views channel.
Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking get it.
So, word on the street is y'all got a banging project that y'all EP.
Yeah.
In the works, can y'all tell the folks a little bit about it?
Yes, sir. It's called Eternal Sin.
Yep.
It is indeed our, what I would call our crown jewel. You know, when we came together, the chemistry was like, blow, you know?
Yeah, it was
our first song was back and forth. We're like, oh, and maybe we should do this. Oh, shit, and we should do that. And it came together like so good that we were like, wow, level up. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is about to be one of our best projects on both sides. Like, as a producer, this will be some of my best work I've ever made in my life. I'm proud to show it. And then as an artist, I hope you feel the same. You know
I do. I tell a lot of people that Clef's like me, but a producer.
Hell yeah.
Very passionate, very creative, just extremely talented, confident, all that. It's 4 songs, basically telling my story of addiction and everything that comes with it, from, you know, the arrogance, I don't want to hear it, the relationship status, and then, you know, finally ending up with the overcoming or coming to the realization that I don't want to do it anymore, I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore, and just kind of conquering that without making it corny or
Yeah, because we definitely try to come at it from a different perspective. You know, you got a lot of artists or just like, you know, content creators in general, and they'll speak about addiction and they'll, like, you know, they'll do motivational kind of
preach.
Yeah. So we try to make it not so preachy or like, you know, hypocritical. I like brutal honesty. That's like big with me.
Yeah.
You know, brutally honest. So we try to say it in a perspective where anyone going through it will definitely be like, damn, bro, said it right. And it's not trying to pretend to be all righteous or anything. It's just saying it like it happened. The emotions that you feel when you're going through it. And then also people that have come out of it will definitely be like, I remember when I was at that point. I totally relate. We definitely want to give people goosebumps, make them cry, but then give them that light at the end of the tunnel, you know, that hope that gets you out of there. But like
I feel like music speaks to you more than anybody actually speaking to you.
Yeah, for real. Because you ain't trying to hear it when other people, it's like, oh, you should quit crack, you know, or some shit like, you know, you should stop doing this, you know. It's like everyone, that's the same old song. So this one comes from a perspective where he's like really spinning, bro. Like it made me like, you know, like I was like, damn, I felt like I was there in his situation as he was rapping this stuff. Every time he come show me what he wrote, I'll be like, damn, we'd have to take like a moment of silence. I'm like, damn, bro.
I would love when I come here and show him some new shit, bro. Bros are tripping. And I don't really be getting like, you know, it wasn't like gassing me up, bro. It was like, and he works with so many talented people, you know, like some of the best. And for him to show that genuine excitement about something we're working on really kind of had me going harder even.
Hell yeah.
So I want to, before the project, how did y'all two even link up?
Mutual friend.
Yeah. Well, there's been a few mutual people, you know. There's a couple people that tell me I'm supposed to be working with him too, you know. I know like Steelo's one of those people that, like, you know, when he was working with Steelo, I was like, damn, motherfucker's cold. And then another dude, Wayne Fowl, that I used to work with, he put me on to him. He was always telling me, you gotta work with my mans, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, shit, bring them, you know, let them know. And so it finally came together like this past year where he like we finally got to work together, and I'm telling you, like I was like, damn, we should have done this a long time ago. Like, did we just become best bros? Like, you know,
facts.
It was fucking crazy, bro. I was like, damn, he's the one. Like, you know, it was fucking wild.
Yeah,
you know?
Wayne Fowl had been telling me for a while to work with him, and
yeah,
we just made it happen eventually.
So was this a planned project, or this was, you know, organic, just cooking up one day?
No, it was planned before I even came.
Yeah.
Before I met with him for the first time. It's kind of something that I discussed with Wayne, because Wayne knew my music back like when I first not started, but years ago, and he kind of likes that more darker sound that I was bringing, talking about addiction and shit like that, which I kind of steered away from last few years, but that's how he was introduced to me originally, Wayne. So we said we should bring that back, right? But better. So we ran the idea by Clef. Clef was with it, and
yeah. And it's super meticulous. We tried to take you on we knew we only had 4 songs for this EP, so we tried to really like a movie. Like the first song is like an introduction. It even starts out with this low synth, wow, wow, like puts you like something is starting, And then
painting shit with my words, just the whole thing.
We talked about every song before we made it. Like, what I'm saying? We're like, this one we want to go here and there, but without trying to box them in. I'm like, if you don't feel it, just go wherever you want. But like we definitely tried to lead them somewhere to the end of the light at the time.
Bro definitely had me with some assignments.
Oh yeah. Oh, the last song we did, song number 4, I put the whole world on him. I'm like, all right, now you need to encompass everything we've talked about, but like, coming out of it. But it's weird. You need to. I was giving him shit that didn't even make sense. I was like, you need to talk about everything and nothing at all, like just some crazy shit. And he looked stressed. I'm not gonna lie. When I was telling him, I was like, you get it, and I see it in his eyes, like. Kind of so I should have, but like I was like, I got faith in you though, like just do whatever you do. I'm sure your natural ability is gonna take over and you're gonna do the assignment perfect.
Every song I had to go home and think about what we talked about each track should sound like, and the feeling and everything behind it. I had to think about it for like 3 or 4 days before I even touched the beat. I just had to like them just process it, play with a couple different rhyme schemes, back and forth. I mean, it was a
I don't want to ask you, Clef, because you don't just work with any artist. So, I mean, what was it about Ominious that, man, I got to work with this guy?
When I first heard him, like when I first showed songs by him, I always look for, like, the thing that always sells me is your unique tone, right? So his tone of voice, his vocal inflection, I was like, damn, that shit's special. Like, as soon as you hear it, the man's could be even recorded on bad quality, and the quality is going to sound good because of his voice, So, like, as soon as I heard the first songs, I was like, damn, like, that dude's got it. Who is this? I started asking Wayne, like, yeah, like, what's his story? Like, what's he doing, And then I noticed that he had, like, a crazy-ass following. You know what I'm saying? Wayne was always telling me, he got people tatting M.I.E. on them. That I was like, damn, son, like, you know what I'm saying? Boy got a cult following, like 0 and shit.
It's pretty decent right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was like, I was definitely sold in the first, like, impression. And then over time, I watched him keep doing his thing. He had hit me up a couple times too, just like, he would say, I'm trying to work on my voice. I'd be like, boy, that voice is already fire, stay humble. But I think I told him in a message, I'm like, that's cool that you're humble, but that shit's fire, like, So like that was cool. I liked his attitude about everything. He wasn't like some egotistical prick, because some people.
I am egotistical as fuck, but I do like to try to be.
Yeah, not in a prick way though. In a Muhammad Ali way, which is like.
Yes, so, like, sir.
Yeah, but he definitely was like, but I still got shit to work on type mentality, and that's what I like, So I was like, cool, like, over time watching him, I was like, it's just a matter of time. We're gonna link up when we link up. So I was glad when we finally did, But yeah, I would say, but like with me, as far as working with me, like I just look for the heart, like, like the talent is one thing, but even more so, I look for like someone's determination. If they look at this shit like life or death, if they're so serious about it that they're like, this is all I'm trying to do. This plan A, there is no plan B. That's really like how you get in with me. And like as soon as I spoke to him, as soon as he started talking about what we were about to do, I was like, oh, this guy's like me. Like he's life or death. Like he's all the way about it, passionate, and that's
and I'm very confident, right? Borderline cocky, but I'm still coachable. Yeah. And I think that's something that's what you love about some of the artists that you have worked with, or the great ones or whatever, is that they're still coachable, because you can always work on things no matter how good you are. You know what I'm saying?
And he was already lit when he came, but on the first song he let me maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, or maybe we should do it like in a low voice where you're just talking it instead of rapping it.
I knew he was nice because I blindly followed. I was like, bet, let's try it. Yeah. Whatever, let's try it.
And then fucking when it come out, we look at each other like, oh my God, did we just have a breakthrough? Like, fuck. So like, you definitely like, he's not one of those where he's like, nah, I'm gonna do it this way. Definitely anything I throw out there, he be down with it. Like, all right, let's try it. And I'd always say like, we just delete it if we don't like it. But then soon he's singing like Panic at the fucking Disco on a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we over here breaking
Facts.
barriers.
Track
I'm like,
number 2.
You know what I'm saying? Then he's doing some Giveon type shit on our last. Like I'm
Track
telling you,
number
like
4.
yeah, like I'm telling you, we invented some shit, or we found some definitely.
And it's just the beginning. And back to what he was saying about the fan base being cult-like or whatever, decent. Those same people that you see, you know, the 30-something people that have M.I.E tatted all their face, hands, fucking neck, chest, everything. Those same people, they fell in love with my original sound, which is what we're touching base on with this EP. It was called Beautiful Sin, right? It was the first album I put out independently, with like higher quality and shit like that. And that's what people really clung to and love to this day. It's just speaking on stuff that people don't really talk about too often. And we wanted to bring that back mainly for them and for people to come, but that was like the core of it, so we wanted to bring it.
I'm all about that. Like I'm saying, fucking. All right, imagine if 50 Cent gave us some Get Rich or Die Trying right now, some brand new shit, contemporary, but with the spirit of that. That's what I wanted him to do, because I remember out of all his projects I had seen, I noticed that Beautiful Sin project was the one, and when I heard those, I was like, those are the ones he's in his bag, right? So I was like, you know, like as an artist at the time where I met him, he was already changing it up. He was doing different styles and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, artists tend to like move on to their next level, even if the world hasn't even heard the first one, right? So I remember when we were talking about what we were about to do, he was a little like, I don't know if I want to go back to that. Like, you know, I was in addiction back then. Like, I don't want to, I'm far past that, right? And I'm like, well, now you can speak on it in retrospect. But you can still tap into it like an icon should, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tap back into that chapter to, like, relay it to the people how it's supposed to be heard. Like, capture the spirit of what won them over in the first place, like a Get Rich or Die Trying. Yep. And then improve upon it in these new ways. We're going to switch it up on them, like, make it, like, brand new, you know? So he was like, all right, like, let's try it, you know what I'm saying? And, like, what I like about him is every assignment. It don't even matter if he's looking like, oh, shit, that's hard. He fucking comes back and the assignment is, like, he got an A+, like, every time. So I was like, yeah, we did it. We captured that Beautiful Sin spirit. That's why it's called Eternal Sin. But then we got our improvements, you know. We got some of that Clef sauce, like where I always try to contemporary, like, you know, feel everything, like, you know. So definitely
have the Clef sauce, and then you also have my growth showing as well.
The evolution
from everything I went through for years since Beautiful Sin, and then it's just amazing. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, Ominious, what made you kind of really, I won't call it put your business out there, but, you know, just like get personal, you know, on these songs? Because a lot of artists can't do that, you know, especially the way that you did it.
I actually don't know. I've been doing that since forever, since I was young, like a kid. I just, the music I relate to is just vulnerable music, right? And that's the kind of stuff that helps me when I'm really going through things. So I guess hearing it or relating to that so much, I want to create something like that as well. And the more I do it, the better the feedback. The more people are hitting me in the DMs saying how I've helped them, saved them, yada yada. And it's just beautiful what's coming from being vulnerable.
Do you ever get emotional when you're you know, you're writing these tracks down? Like, do you ever have to like, this is too much? Like,
yeah, all the time.
Is there like pushback? Like, nah, I don't know if I want to put that out.
Nah, never that. I put everybody on blast. But I also say an artist is gonna, you know, you create art, you gotta be able to take those steps. You gotta be able to, you know, push the boundaries. You gotta do things that people won't do, or say things that people won't say, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, it does get emotional. This project got emotional. Track number 2 mainly was the most emotional.
Oh yeah.
But it's all part of it.
So what was kind of the concept that y'all had in mind when y'all came together? Like, let's cook up a project. Did you come up with an idea? Say, hey, let's talk about this, or what was, you know, in the process?
Definitely, there was a actual visual concept first. You know what I'm saying? We were pretty much inventing what the music video was gonna look like, and then we would make the soundtrack to that video. You know. Trying to tell this story in 4 parts. That's
a good way.
So that's how it started. Then once we got into it, we kind of went with the flow. All right, we went here last. Where are we going next?
We originally had a different idea of how we wanted each song to be, but after the first one, he's like, "Now this would sound better if it flowed like this."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what kind of message am I bringing? And he kind of guided me, you know, storyline wise, because originally we had a different idea, but we knew we wanted to do EP off the rip.
Yeah. pretty much.
That was the plan from day one.
So that's what it's like, a tightrope. Like you don't want to be married to your original. I tell people that all the time too when they come in here with like, I want my album and all these track names to be this, and I want my concepts to be this. I'm like, you're boxing yourself in. If you get stumped, you're gonna be like, like eliminating all the dimensions it could be. So it's like you come in with the concept, but then if you catch some, doorway to a different dimension you didn't see, you go explore that doorway before you come back to the original branch of your dimensions. That's what I like doing. So
goes back to being coachable.
yeah, exactly.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Be coachable as an
So
artist.
we took some rides left, like out of nowhere, where we were like, this is not what we planned, but I like how it feels,
Yeah.
But then we'd make sure too, like then you get lost in that sauce. So like I'm good at like, all right, we're getting too far this way. Let's bring it back to now like what the original message was. So yeah, there was a lot of like pre-planning, but then there was also a lot of like, all right, let's break the fucking rules now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go with this thing you just found. Because I swear to God, bro, I'd be recording. He would just be fucking around like before he recorded. And I'd be like, wait, what did you just do? Do that again. He's like, nah. I'm like, no, sing like that. You just sang something.
Yeah,
Sing it again.
yeah.
Like, that shit was fire, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
So why only a 4-track, project?
It's like a little appetizer.
Little appetizer. Because we're gonna do a whole album. Like, this
I
was.
gotcha.
It's
this
easier to digest 4 songs right away, especially
Yeah.
something that's heavy.
And then.
So I got y'all tension now, right? And then we come back later on with the album of a similar nature.
It was chemistry at first sight, but like you don't want to just, hey, I just met you, let's get married, like forever. So like
15 pieces.
this was like the engagement, and now like we're like, oh shit, like the fucking now the album's gonna be like the big kahuna, the fucking 1,000-person wedding on the beach, like that shit about
We're
to be
going
fire.
fucking crazy, bro. We got big plans with this 4 songs alone.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for both of y'all. Starting with you, what's the difference between him and other producers that you work with?
Bro is he's just crazy talented, crazy creative. He has the ear for if it's good or if it's not. He's as passionate as I am. You can hear when he talks about it. He's crazy, bro. Just everything about him is cold. The difference is everything he does. His work, his beats are crazy. His sounds crazy. His ideas are crazy. He pushes me to become a better artist, which you can hear on this. Yeah. I don't know if that's.
And for you, like, what's the difference? I know you work with a lot of artists, especially a lot of talented artists. What stands out about him though exactly?
Definitely one, work ethic. That's a thing that always stands out. He brought to a show, like our last show, he fucking did, like, I want to say like 60, 70 people showed up on his behalf, right? He told them all to dress in black. They all fucking dressed in black. Like, I was like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? A whole section, motherfuckers all dressed in black. You know what I'm saying? So when him or M.I.E go on stage, his people, like, motherfuckers is mobbing, So that's one of the things. He stands out. He actually has a true organic cult following. A lot of people got, like, hollow followings, I call them, where, like, it look good on social media, but it's not, like, in-person kind of followings, you know what I'm saying?
You can't manipulate. You can't manipulate what
he's
happens.
got the opposite, bro. Like where when you go out in the world, like, you see his following out there, and they're definitely like fans, not like peers. Like, oh yeah, I used to work with. Like, it's motherfuckers that are like, oh, like, sign my titties, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking crazy. So I like, that's one thing that stands out about him that I saw. I was like, damn, you got definitely like real fans, and you've been at this like a fucking superhero, to where like they actually, like, you put on your cape and motherfuckers go crazy. So that's one thing. The voice, like I said, that shit is like I said, there's probably like only a handful of people I've worked with over the years that had like a voice where as soon as you hear it, you're like, that's golden. Like, if you just do that and don't stop, like, you're gonna blow up because the voice alone is like fire. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely got one of those unique tones where as soon as it hits my fucking quality, like, I was like, yeah, like, I could listen to this over and over. That's hard. That's something no one thinks about. Psychologically, a voice that you want to hear over and over is like the reason why you're like, why does everyone listen to this person and not this person? The fucking voice, the shit you can't teach, the shit they were born with, like having a big dick, you just got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like the voice, the following, and the versatility. Yeah, you know.
Here you go.
The versatility, that's another thing I always like am impressed by. So like I said, like as far as like the small category of people that have stood out over the years, he's one of the ones where no matter what fucking thing I threw at him, I was like, do this, do that, and like he never said no. And he actually didn't just do the shit where we just failed doing it. Oh, we'll try something else. He like literally like did everything I asked him and like did it well. So that's what I'm saying. He sang tones that like I didn't like, you know, I'm always testing, hey, try singing a falsetto right here, like, you know, but it's gonna be our main vocal, and they'll be like, what? Are you sure? I don't know. Like that shit is weird, like, you know. But then he did it, and it's all fucking badass, and it's our favorite part of the second song, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of what you did too.
Yeah.
Chopping it up and Frankensteining it.
Oh yeah, of course, you know.
Bro really is like me, but just a producer. But he's good at making music too. Bro can rap and sing like a motherfucker too.
Appreciate
you know, yeah.
But yeah, so those are the things that stood out, like, you know, that I, off the top of my head, I'm like, yeah, like, that's different. When I work with him, I know it's going to be a great session. Also, he's a machine in the studio. Another thing, because not everyone's a fucking machine, bro. Like,
another thing we have in common.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the chemistry was so good, because we both fucking are fast and we're both, like, on it. So, like, it doesn't feel like work. It literally
we'll both
feels
ramble
like,
for, like, 15 minutes apiece in between.
Yeah. Like,
about random shit. Star Wars, fucking...
Yeah. Caught on a subject, and then we're right back to it. It feels like fun, not work. Like when you work with somebody that's a machine in the studio where they just effortlessly perform.
We're like the same, but just grew up in two different paths. That's
Yeah.
it. I mean,
so that's
why it
another
clicks.
being a machine in the studio. That's the last thing I'll say, like, stood out. You know what I'm saying?
Did this project really make our relationship closer? You know, y'all spending a lot of time with each other in the
Absolutely.
studio and stuff.
Yeah, and like we, you know, he's meticulous about writing, so like, you know, our sessions wouldn't be like all the time, but like when they were, like, definitely it would be like magic, you know what I'm saying? And then I definitely feel like, you know, it's not everyone, like, where sometimes I'll work with people and you know, we just work, and like I like treating everyone like family off top. But then some people actually become like where you actually feel like when you see them, you get all happy type shit, like family.
Yeah.
So yeah, like ever since our first session, bro, every time I see this dude, I'm like, hey, like, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when it's session time, we're like, yes, we're back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything in life was like in between until this moment we've been waiting for. It's kind of how it is. So
this
like,
the bro, and I only had to kick him a few times to know.
yeah, exactly. Which is weird. That's great.
Instant.
One thing that you said that stood out was that, you know, he's coachable. Because there's a lot of artists that think they know it all. I know you know, and I know, me being a blogger, they feel like they're entitled. Oh, no, I'm good. Like, I got this big ass following, can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
How important for you as an artist being coachable?
Super important. I tell everybody on my team, I tell them you gotta be coachable. You gotta be able to absorb whatever they're trying to tell you, especially if you know that they know what they're doing. Like him or Stilo or somebody like that we work with. It's important though. It really is important. I mean, everybody's really big on like, I don't need any help, but they don't realize that like the big people that are in the big leagues and shit that are making these fucking hits, they have all types of people chiming in, hit this note, say that, you know, say this here, yada yada yada. Super important.
Yeah. And then people get paid too. Vocal ranges, holy shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
so
shit's important.
We be out here doing it for free, and like, you know, sometimes you run into an artist that's just like not realizing the value of that, and they're just like, don't tell me shit. You know, and like I said, you know, what's funny is the ones that need the most work are more like that. And then the ones that are like super talented and know the assignment, they're the ones that remain coachable because they know the deal. So it's like ironic. It's like the ones that don't need all that work are willing to hear what they need to work on. And the ones that need the most work, bro, like, I swear to God, I've been in those situations. I'll stir the pot right now. Like, I do like 50 people, and there's plenty of them that they need the help, but they don't want the help because in their ego, pride, whatever, they just don't want to tell people that they had help, you know?
My thing is, if you ain't famous or where you want to be, then why not? You know, unless you got it figured out and you already got millions of followers, people buying your tickets and shit, coming to your shows, then, you know.
Yeah, but I always say remain, like, dude, if I met Eminem tomorrow, I would be like, let's resurrect your undeniability, Eminem. Here's what you should do, and we should capture the spirit of Marshall Mathers LP, but like this, like, we should do these things, and he'd be like, you're nobody. I'd be like, yeah, but trust me, like, you know. So it's like, you know, even like I've met some more famous
a good
people.
point.
Yeah, like what's crazy is though, like that's not a thing. The more famous they get, the more in their ways they get. Like I'm proven, you know. But then you see like a Drake or somebody, or like even like some of those artists that are already up there, but you see them keep evolving. I know it's because they remain coachable. You know what I'm saying? So I think even a Drake like remains coachable. He's always open for new styles and shit like that. So yeah, it's always good. Like these are the type of guys that are gonna go the furthest to me.
But I also think that the person that's coaching needs to have some credentials behind them. Like I'm not just gonna let anybody to tell me the fucking
Yeah, exactly.
But I know how good he is, and I respect his work ethic and everything he's done and what he's doing. So when he tells me, trust me, let's do this, I don't have a problem doing that. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's you, but it's not fucking some dude down the street telling me that.
Yeah, like somebody's cousin in the session.
You gotta have some type
maybe
of...
y'all should, oh man.
That's why I never preach to nobody and try to tell them how to do something if I haven't done it.
Kobe wanted to respect it, Phil Jackson, if he didn't coach MJ, so that's a good.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's a good analogy.
And Kobe to go. What?
Yes,
That's a good way to look at it. What can people expect from this project? Like, what do y'all want, people to take away after they listen to this?
Expect to be in your feelings. You might cry a little bit.
I think for people that, because there's gonna be two lanes. There's gonna be people that know exactly what he's talking about and have been through it.
Yeah.
Then we want them to feel like like it massaged a piece of their soul that they didn't know had a knot in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That they've been carrying this knot around, cause like it never leaves you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a knot that like no chiropractor can get out. So we want this to be the massage that gets that knot out of your heart if you've been through that situation. Then if you haven't been through it, there's a lot of people that lack empathy for these kind of situations and look down upon people that have been through addiction. Yep. So we definitely want it to be more of those put you in it, like to where you actually like, even though you can't really empathize from your own experience, you hear it so well said that you're like, damn, I understand a little better. Like he put it in a perspective.
It's like watching that movie. It's like watching a movie where you get that feeling like, oh shit, it went through this.
Never thought about it like that. Like, I know someone that went through addiction that I judged. Maybe I should like look twice, or maybe I should just like get people feeling like, empathy for like these kind of situations. And then always the project, like the first song, is supposed to give you not just a bunch of fucking graphic struggle, but some hope at the end. Real hope. Like not no like fairy tale hope, but like I've been through it and this is what happened, and like it's not even like and it feels like a miracle, but at the same time like it was looking like it wasn't about to be. Like, it was running through 2,000 demons and they're scraping and clawing at you and you look like it's not even looking good. They even set you back like fucking 100 feet, but you just keep scraping and clawing until you touch what you're trying to get to,
Well, also people who are affected that we don't really talk about or think about is the people that their loved ones were the addicts. Whether it's a parent or it's a sibling or it's just your good friend. So I feel like those kind of people are also affected by it, and they're going to be influenced by the music as well.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many dynamics to it. You like you said, you can been through it, seen it, or not, and you're still going to feel it.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question. You struggle with addiction. There's a lot of music out there that promotes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
What is your take on that?
Should I listen to it? It's all good. I mean, to each their own. I mean, I was living that lifestyle, so I still jam and listen to it. It doesn't affect me. I'm not like some type of sober fucking no. I understand what it is.
Like I stopped smoking weed for the past year, but like if I hear a song glorifying weed, I'll be like reminiscing, like I remember those times, but it won't make me like go, I need to go hit a blunt right now, like you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, to me, like I'm a big advocate of just art is art, and everyone was in their mindset when they made it. So like just because I'm not doing something, like if somebody's rapping about doing something I'm not doing, I'm still gonna jam that shit if it jams. Like it's not necessarily
good music. Everybody's telling their story.
Not gonna make me go sip some lean or do something, like But if it's a dope ass line with a metaphor of fucking about lean, like what I'm saying, calling it the pink elephant or some shit, like I'm gonna be like, that's fucking lit, grammatically.
Yeah.
Like,
I do feel bad sometimes for some people though, because I'm like, they really don't know what's happening if they're spiraling or something like that, But That's their own life, their own business. I just worry about me and the people that are in my circle, people I can affect, or people that ask me for advice, I'll tell them. But other than that, yeah.
And that's when we put music like this out. Cause like
Yeah, kind of balance it out.
there's a time for everything. So there's a time when you're in your universe of that. Then there's a time where it's time to go to church, you know, like, or it's time to come out of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this music is kind of like that, where it's like, it's explaining it in a good way where you are in it. It's not like falsely telling you like, let's get out. But then, like I said, out of nowhere, there's a chapter where it's like, oh yeah, this is the out of it time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's kind of how we wanted to approach it. So
I mean, so after this project, y'all got another one on the app in the works, right?
Few of them.
A few.
We already planning. We already 2 years of planning.
yes, sir.
So is this kind of the Marvel series, basically the Avengers?
It's Iron Man.
Yeah, it's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up. I'm gonna get my team in here, do an M.I.E thing with them. We're gonna try to do some more of this Eternal Sin extended. Shit, you might find me and motherfucking Tony doing a duo. You might get me and Rouge. Shit, all types of things.
I want to ask you, how did you develop a cult following? Because I mean, when I see M.I.E, reminds me of Tech Nine, you know, Zero, people like Boosie. Like, no matter what they do, the fans are going to support. So how did y'all develop that kind of?
Well, it comes back to the vulnerable music, like I said, man. That shit really, you connect to it so much, and you're just like, this is my shit forever, right? But in 2009, I went to a music college called IPR. I was in there for like a few months before I dropped out. And I wanted to make something that like subconsciously grab you, right? But I wanted to be independent. I knew that at a young age, mainly because of Tech Nine and shit like that. So I came up with Monsters, Inc., from the Disney fucking movie. And M.I.E didn't really come along until I changed. It was really Monsters, Inc. Records for many years, and I was just kind of doing my music. Like, nobody really paid attention to Monsters, Inc., right? But we just kept pushing it. Kind of like MGK and like EST and shit like that. He just kept on boom, 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 boom until it stuck, right? And I changed to Monsters, Inc. Entertainment because I didn't want to do just music. I wanted to do movies, clothing. I wanted to do anything that's going to entertain you, right? Anything that's going to be in the entertainment business. So we changed it to M.I.E, Monsters, Inc. Entertainment, and I just started, we just always name dropping that shit, and people just started connecting. And Hobson said something a long time ago that stuck with me. He said it's easier to follow a brand than it is a person. Because if you're following a person, you almost feel like you're dick riding, or you're constantly right? It's hard to do that. But if it's a brand, you're gonna follow a brand all fucking day because it's not connected to one person. It's something bigger than you. It's bigger than one person. So I heard that shit stuck with me, and we abbreviated Monsters, Inc. Entertainment to M.I.E. I made a logo. I didn't have a computer at the time. I didn't have a car. I took the fucking bus up to the library. I was such a bum. But I wasn't gonna let it stop me, right? I went to the fucking library and I got on pickmonkey.com. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. And I made the fucking logo, and it's been like that since. And that was many years, like 7-8 years ago. And that shit just stuck. But yeah, I don't know, we just kept name dropping, kept making vulnerable music, making music that people can relate to. I'm never fucked up about people coming to talk to me or reaching out to me. I always try to treat everybody like family because I genuinely think anybody that supports me in my music or relates to my music, we are family. And I think they know that, and I think they feel that, and I'm appreciative for them, and that's kind of how it started, and that's where it's going.
Was there any artist producer duo that inspired y'all working on this project? Whether it was Timbaland and somebody or
Kanye.
Kanye? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
before
it.
The
Just
craziness.
him. With the crazy. Everything about him.
Nah.
No. All right, we gotta do it.
I was with him. No, let's talk about it. No, I'll play.
It was just Kanye in general. Kanye in general, right? He's the rapper and the producer. Like,
that was always the thing.
If me and him were to fuse right now, bro, we'd be like a Kanye without the crazy.
Be on some Gogeta shit. But no, we definitely we were on that tale. I mean, Kanye's a reference that I always used to, like before all this craziness.
The GOAT.
But Drake and 40 was another one we mentioned. Like, oh yeah, we're like Drake and 40.
You did say that a lot, yeah. Or Metro and 21 was recently. Yeah. That's why I want to do like all these interviews and everything together, so I can see that it's two. It's not just one.
Which I appreciate. Another thing that stands out about him, the first thing he told me when it was like gonna be campaign time was like, bro, I want to promote this as us. I don't want to just be the artist and you're in the background.
Producers don't get not enough love, bro. It's fucking crazy. You know how many rappers are ass without their fucking producer, bro? It's insane to me. Or engineer even. It's so fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, you gotta think of, I mean, going to back in the days, I mean, the producer, even the DJ was very important. I mean, Jam Master Jay didn't not rap, but he was a celeb.
DJs were the original MCs.
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I mean, so it's good to see that y'all are kind of bringing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rare. You know what I mean? Because without the producer, I mean, what do you got?
That's fucking. I tell everybody that, man. You gotta make sure you give your props when they're due or whatever. You're gonna see a lot of us though. Everybody gonna see a lot of us. We gonna go crazy.
Hell yeah.
Well, any last words before we wrap up the interview?
I got a request, bro. I don't know if you're down. I know I'm busting this out at the last second, but I wanted to hear you rap something off the album, you know, a cappella on some shit. You know, that's one thing I don't see enough of in the interviews that I would like to bring to the table right now. You feel me? So maybe, you know what I'm saying, the beginning of the fourth song, or, you know what I'm saying, one of those standouts that you know.
If I remember it.
And like it could, you know what I'm saying, just a little acapella, something, a little taste for him. Feel me?
Ain't no use talking to me, I don't need no advice. Guess it's easy for y'all to judge if y'all ain't seen what it's like. Have your skin crawling, shaking while you screaming at night. It's paranoia's kicking in, so I keep it in sight. I ain't addicted anyways, I only dose for anxiety. My auntie telling me I changed, I'm pretty sure that she lying to me. Constantly telling me all the person I'm trying to be, you fucking clowns. I don't see the hype with all your sobriety. Let me guess, I'd rather see me at a dead-end job, surrounded by people I don't like, with some redhead broad who has nothing else to offer but pussy and gossip, attending church every weekend, always worshiping God. Man, fuck that. I'ma pop pills and raw dog shorties, chain smoke cigarettes while I'm drowning in 40s, sell meth to the neighborhood so cops come for me, and then on my mother's phone call like I'll call back shortly. I'd rather be alone. What's the point of living anyways? Most of y'all are disappointed with the type of life y'all make. What? Woo!
Like I said, little taste of the intro right there. That's when you're deep in the shits, you know? That's when you ain't trying to hear nobody. That's the point of the first song. It's when you're not trying to hear nothing nobody's saying, when everyone's your enemy and you're feeling like you're alone. So,
yeah, first song is gonna be what he just said, right? I don't wanna hear it, I don't got a fucking problem. Don't tell me. Second song is kind of like the come down, the depression of everything, kind of crashing down. You hate yourself. That's something everybody goes through when they deal with addiction. The third one is gonna be relationship status and how it's affected, because we don't talk about that enough either. Like that shit, your significant other has to deal with the worst parts of it. And then the last song is kind of like reflecting, but you know what? Shake it off. We got shit to do. We got work to do. Without it being corny. You know, it's still us. But that being said, M.I.E, my family, I love y'all, every person that supports us. You know, M.I.E gonna jump on your bandwagon too as soon as they hear bro, they finna go crazy. I'm telling you, we actually did something beautiful right here, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, I appreciate y'all being on the platform. Both of y'all. I admire both of y'all. Clef, you know, super talented producer. Jack, many trades. You can do it all. I mean, and I always speak behind the scenes. I always speak highly about you and M.I.E. I love what y'all got.
Appreciate that.
I love the movement. I love seeing the support. It's real. It's not fake. You know what I'm saying? It's actually people. They're gonna show up to every single show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna buy every single T-shirt.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So look, this was Views. Y'all be on the lookout for this project. What's the name of it?
Eternal Sin. Yes, sir. Sunday, January 15th.
Yeah.
Whenever this drops, January 15th.
All right, man. Well, look, we out.